You belong on every ground your feet grace, so don't ever feel out of place. Take up space and belong. This earth is your birthplace. So, episode 3 of Temptation Island starts out with the girls arriving to their bonfire. They're sitting down and then they get started. Ashley sees Grant saying that he don't feel like it's meant to be between the two of them, and she see him cuddled up with a girl already. She says she doesn't know why she stayed with him. She still doesn't know why she stayed with him and put up with the things that he's done, and she doesn't seem shocked about what he was doing or whatever. But she's basically realizing that she was wasting her time being with him, basically. Alexa sees Lino talking about not being her first choice. And she's basically like, she's tired of feeling guilty for what she did to him in the past and him always bringing it up. And she doesn't understand what it will take for him to get over that situation. But the thing is, the reason why he can't get over that situation is because Lino is used to being chosen. And he feels like he was your second choice. So he's never going to get on that because it was a blow to his ego. And men like him, they are nothing but ego. If you bruise if there's a blow to their ego, you bruise their little ego, they aren't going to get over it. Like, I just feel like he's never going to get over what she did or whatever. And it didn't really sound like she cheated. It just sounded like she probably was dating two people at one time and she didn't tell him, because he never said she cheated. He was like, she wasn't honest about who she was dating when we first got together. So that pretty much means she was dating around and she was dating somebody else, and they ended up together, but he feels like he was the second choice or whatever. So then it goes to Brienne. Shantae sees Brienne talk about her not being sexual enough and then taking body shots off the girls and licking the whipped cream and stuff. And she says she feels disrespected, but Shantae doesn't even really have a reaction to what Brienne did. She just was very, like, nonchalant about what he did. Like, she's kind of numb to the things that he does. And it also kind of seems like she dissociates. Whenever she sees him doing something, she dissociates, so she won't have to process it. Like, you can tell that he really got her mentally like just drained mentally. It's messed up to see, but she keeps allowing it. So, like, what can you do? Like, she keeps letting him get away with things, so what can you do? So then it goes to Tyler. Taylor sees Tyler getting a lap dance from Kay. She is actually really shocked that he was getting the lap dance from the girl or whatever, and she says that a lot of the times she just brushes things off of her, but she's wearing armor, so she won't get hurt. Mark ends up helping them to process their emotions. So when Taylor is like, she feels like she wears armor so she won't get hurt or whatever. He's like, whenever they say that they angry, he's like, anger is an easy feeling to admit. It's an easy emotion to admit that you feel, but what is behind that anger, and what usually is behind anger, is hurt. You're hurt. But people will say that they're angry before they will say that they hurt. I don't understand that, because if you hurt my feelings, I'm gonna say you hurt my feelings. I'm not gonna say I'm mad at you or whatever, because a lot of times I don't be angry, I be hurt. You hurt my feelings is what I'm going to say. I don't know what's so bad about saying that to somebody. I don't know. But basically, I feel like this show manipulates your emotions to test your self-discipline and integrity. shows you what the like parts that it wants you to see of your partner doing whatever, to see how you're going to react to it, and how you react to it exposes you as a person you really are. Because when you get in your emotions and stuff, it really exposes you to the person that you really are. So, after the bonfire, they go back to the house. And of course, the boys go back to the house because episode 2 ended with them going to the bonfire. Grant claims that he feels relieved by what Ashley said. And now he feels like, okay, it's fair game. That's how you feel about me. Now I'm not about to care about your feelings. I'm about to do what I want. It literally just took him hearing her say that she doesn't know if they are meant to be, and he doesn't give her what she deserves, for him to hit a 180 and just start dogging her. Ashley gets emotional. She ends up like breaking down when they get. She says that she's mentally exhausted, and I really understand that, because like the fact that you even had to go to Temptation Island for your relationship meant that your relationship was over anyway. Like, all of y'all relationships were over anyway. The fact that y'all even had to go there meant that it was over. But I digress. Shantae talks to the other guys about her feelings about Brianne. And the guys are listening to what she's saying, but you can kind of tell by their energy that they're looking at her like, and you're okay with that? Like, you're okay with like being treated like that? But they don't say it because of course it's still early and they don't know her like that. But you can see the look on their faces like, okay, he did this to you, now what you finna do? You okay? You gonna just allow it? Type of thing. Especially Ye, man. He was looking at her like, couldn't be me. Lino feels like Alexa, I think is it Lino and Alexa? Yeah. Lino feels like Alexa has taken a lot of things from him, but she hasn't given anything back, and I just feel like he's a liar. I just feel like Lino is playing victim because he cannot get over the fact that she could have chose somebody else over him. And he's making it seem like, oh, and he, there's the whole thing about him like giving up his career for her to travel. But my whole thing is, why would you be willing to do this? Somebody who really actually wants to pursue a certain career is not going to give up their career for their person. No matter how much you love them, especially not somebody that you're not married to. Y'all are not married. Y'all don't have that commitment for you to give your life up for her to like travel and be a nurse. It makes me feel like he doesn't even really care about having a career, but he's going to use that to be like, I did this for her, I gave up this for her. If it wasn't for me, she wouldn't be doing, because that's what he said. If it wasn't for me, she wouldn't be doing whatever she was doing. I support her, I do this, I do that, whatever. And I feel like she doesn't do anything. And it's like, you're a hater. It kind of seems like he feels like emasculated because she is in more control of the relationship than he is. But my whole thing is, if you really wanted to pursue a career, I don't believe that you would have given it up to follow your girlfriend if that's not what you wanted to do. I just don't believe that. A lot of men are not going to do that. They're going to put their stuff most of the time first. They're going to pour into their things first, or find a compromise. Like, maybe you can do your thing, I can do my thing, and then we can still make our relationship work. Or let's break up because we're in two different spaces. But he just seems like he just wants to complain and play victim. He wants to complain and play victim like he's been done so wrong. But my whole thing is, why would you give up your career for somebody that you're not married to? You're not in a committed relationship with her. Why would you do that if you didn't want to do it? Kay goes, Taylor says that Tyler has bitch tendencies. I forgot who she was talking to when she said that. But to tell a man that another man has bitch tendencies is crazy, because if he saw that at the bonfire, he is going to lose his mind. First of all, you talking to another man about that, like, but I kind of feel like seeing their partner behave a certain way is like making them hate them. Because I kind of feel like when you see it firsthand and like you are able to confront them, you're in your emotions a lot of the times, and y'all may be arguing or something like that, but nothing gets resolved, and you still end up being there, because when you get into your emotions, you're not really thinking clearly. Like, even though you're mad, that doesn't mean that you're gonna leave, or you're gonna do this, or you're gonna do that. It don't mean none of that, actually. But when you have time to think, like you have the space and time to think about the stuff that you're seeing, it hits a little different. But when that person is always around, so you're not able to really process how you feel, you may not leave. You're more inclined to stay, because you don't got the space to even process what's going on. You in the middle of it. But when you're not in the middle of it, but you're seeing it, you have space and opportunity to process it, and you think differently about what's going on in that person. Kay goes to Tyler's room again. At first she kind of tricked him into like letting her go into his room. I think that was on the second episode. And she goes into his room again, and like they're just laying there talking or whatever. Grant and Natalie go into the hot tub, and things kind of get spicy between the two of them. But I feel like Natalie wanted Grant to make the first move, so he couldn't back out of it. So he couldn't say like, oh well, she made a move on me first or whatever. She wanted him to make the first move, so he could prove to her that he really wanted her, and not that not that he was just mad at his girlfriend, so he wanted to do something to piss her off. But before anything could get too far between the two of them, she cuts it off, and they go their separate ways. The next morning, Ashley, they're talking about everything that happened. Ashley doesn't know if Grant deserves her. Lino gets close to Alex. They're like talking or whatever, but I kind of feel like Lino isn't really giving off. I feel like the girls are not really like on him like that. They not sweating him like that for real. But him and Alex get close, they talk or whatever. They play the guy's villa. They end up playing a paint game, where you put paint on yourself and you run to the person that you like and you smear it all over them. And the person who had the least amount of paint on them had to do a naked lap, and Grant ended up losing because his team threw the game, so he had to do a naked lap. They wanted to see him naked. Basically, Natalie wanted to see him naked. Ashley asked Logan on a second date, and Shantae asked Gio. They asked the two of them together. Breon says he plays the friend. Oh, Breon and Alex are talking. The connection between the two of them is more like spicier. It's spicier than the connection between Alex and Lino. Like, Alex and Lino were talking, it just seemed friendly. But the situation between her and Breon, they're like feeding into each other like sexually, because that's all Breon care about, sex. But they're talking, and he admits that he he pretends to be friends with women so he can have sex with them. He says that he plays the role of a friend so he can have sex with women, and that he's slept with whole friend groups. Like, I sleep with all my friends. So when Shantae was saying that Brion brought her there to show her that he can be only friends with women, and it not being more than just friends. He just said out of his own mouth that that's not what it is. He can't just be friends with women. He said he plays the friend zone. He plays the friend role so he can have sex with them, and he has had sex with whole friend groups. Okay, so listen to what he is saying. Him and Alex are just talking, like they just chatting, and she says she's done the same thing. And I feel like that's weird. That's really weird. Brion is realizing that there are women with the same sex drive he has, and he's questioning whether Shantae is right for him because she isn't as sexual. This is the issue that he decides to hone in on. Nothing else. Nothing else about the relationship except she's not sexual enough. That's the only thing that he chooses to focus on while they're there. Nothing else. Tyler asks Kay on a date. Brion asks Courtney on a date. Alexa asks Max on a date. Taylor asks Cody. Eric writes Ashley a letter. Cody says, Eric writes Ashley a letter. She reads it and she starts tearing up because it's really sweet or whatever. I think they end up going ahead on their dates or whatever. Cody says that they were asking, like, the boys, would they ever bring their woman to to the Temptation Island to I think Taylor was asking him that. Taylor asked Cody if he would ever bring his girl to Temptation Island, and he said absolutely not. He would never do that. And Taylor likes the fact that he is territorial, because he said he was territorial. Sorry, y'all, I'm geeky. R's be cutting my behind. He said that he's territorial and he don't want no other men around his girl. Like, he would never bring his girl to be around other men. She likes it because she likes somebody who care. Because I kind of feel like if you are okay with putting your person in this situation, do you actually really care? Are you actually in love? I don't know. Because I couldn't do it either. Alexa said that she is tired of having to prove herself to Lino because of what happened at the beginning of their relationship, and I really understand how she feels because I know that's annoying. Brion and Courtney and Tyler and Kay go bowling. They have a lot of fun together, or whatever. It was cute. It was a cute little scene. Lino and Alex and Grant and Natalie do yoga. So it's like this couples yoga thing that they're doing, and it ends up like helping them to, like, it's giving them a lot of physical touch, a lot of physical connection, but also they're bonding during the time or whatever. Mostly Grant and Natalie are like getting closer. They're being very touchy feely. They're flirting a lot. After Grant saw Ashley say what she said, he planned to just mess her over, dog her. He just was gonna dog her because he was embarrassed, because his little ego was bruised or broken, whatever. Ashley and Danny ride ACVs and they like watch the scenes on their date. Ashley and Danny and Gio and Shantae kind of went on a date together. They all were riding the ACVs or whatever. The girls were driving. They looked like they were having fun. It was good to see them having a good time because Ashley has been crying since she got to that house. And I can't wait until sis stops crying over that man and starts realizing that she is better off without him because he is trash. Grant could not wait to have a reason to cheat on her. He could not wait. So then it goes to Grant and Natalie. They're like still on their date. Like they're coming off of the high of the little yoga thing that they had. And I think they go into the house. They go to the house, like it's dark. They go to the house or whatever. And I don't remember if like they went to like the room or nothing. I can't remember where they were. But he ends up kissing her, and I knew it was gonna happen. I could see the build up. I just knew he was gonna do it. He ends up kissing her, and the episode goes off with the two of them kissing. Like I said, I could see the build up of him kissing her because, like I said, they were doing yoga and it was very like physical touch, and both of them, their love language is physical touch. And it was very little talking and more so connecting with your body. So I could see the kiss coming from a mile away, but he finally kisses her and the episode ends there. Let me know what y'all think about this episode. I feel like from this episode right here, things are about to get worse and worse and worse and worse, and I can't wait to watch it. I'm gonna get back on it. I'm gonna finish it this week right here. But let me know what y'all think about this episode. Let me know what y'all think about this review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye. Before you go, check out my website at srgrahamwrites.org and subscribe to my mailing list to get exclusive updates on works in progress, other news, and blog posts. Thank you.